The farmer never expected it. The village he built seemed to magically attract women. Every so often, a new group of girls would arrive, and they came from all sorts of races. Today was no different. Another batch of homeless refugees was set to join, but this time, the number hit triple digits. The old tree village couldn't hold them all, so they decided to build a new village. The new village couldn't be too far away. In Leah's opinion, the area below the river was perfect. It also showed the hierarchy between the two villages. Considering a possible rebellion, it was best to keep some distance from the river, to prevent it from being taken over. Nearby, there was a prominent landmark. That settled the location. Next was transportation. They needed to clear forest to build roads. The lizard folk and elves tried to help, but the trees were too thick and hard. They couldn't chop them down, so Jack had to do it himself. With his God-given all-purpose tool, chopping trees was easy for him. After opening the road, he widened the candidate area. For Jack, this was just a matter of time. Although the site wasn't far from the river, he couldn't run there every time for water, so they diverted water from upstream into a pre-dug reservoir. With water sorted, the next step was building houses. The villagers needed somewhere to stay. There were too many houses to build alone. Jack prepared the materials according to the design. Villagers assembled them in teams. Soon, the new village began to take shape, but the refugees arrived earlier than expected. He hadn't accounted for their size. The first batch was brought by the Dragon King, half-human minotaurs. They were huge, nearly twice the size of normal humans. The houses were built for humans. The rooms were too small for minotaurs. Before finishing the new houses, Jack let them stay in his large house. Luckily, the minotaurs were easygoing. Having a place to stay made them happy. But just as they were settled, the demon lord sent another group. This time, centaur hybrids. Unlike the simple minotaurs, they were arrogant. They immediately demanded food and drinks. One was the relative of a viscount's chief servant in the demon kingdom. She looked down on Jack, a mere farmer. Jack didn't care, but Lasha, the attendant, couldn't stand it. She told them to recognize their place. This wasn't their territory. They were just poor refugees begging for Jack's mercy. The centaurs were initially offended, but when she learned Lasha was the second daughter of a demon kingdom earl, she attitude softened instantly. She knew the hierarchy well. The difference between her and Shara wasn't small, so she immediately knelt and apologized to Jack.